On today's episode, we are going to unpack the 3 biggest mistakes that home sellers make in San Luis Obispo County. Whether you're looking to relocate, downsize, or sell and make your next move, you are going to want to hear this episode so that way you can maximize your equity and make your next move more smooth. Hello, and welcome back to the Happy House Hacking Podcast, the podcast designed to help you navigate the path to happy home ownership. We are your hosts, Owen and Camille Schwaegerle. We are realtors, investors, and happy house hackers. And on today's episode, we're talking about the top 3 mistakes that sellers make, which are costing them a lot of money. So when it comes down to selling your house, this is one of your largest assets. And you want to make sure that you preserve your equity and you maximize the sales price. So we're going to go through what the top 3 mistakes are that happen. We see it all the time, and this could cost you tens of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, the first mistake, it's just obvious. It's overpricing the home, right? It's not listening to your trusted agent on where you should be pricing the property. Sellers are still kind of stuck in 2020, 2021 mindset of I can get whatever I want for my house. And that's just not reality anymore. We are seeing that uptick in inventory, which means buyers have more options, which means prices are plateauing. So if we want to be a sellable asset, we need to be priced competitively. So really, the first mistake is overpricing homes is just not the way to do it. Don't do it. Listen to your trusted agent on at what point you should do a price reduction if that's needed. But hopefully from day one, you're pricing the home well enough to incentivize buyers to come through your property and make offers.
Yeah. And this is also based on an old school way of thinking and selling, which is I want to start high so that I can have some wiggle room in negotiating. And we've seen some sellers want to start $100,000 or even $200,000 higher than what the market comps are going for, just because they want to have that wiggle room. And the reality is it doesn't work like that anymore because of access to information and transparency. We have the most educated, most informed buyer pool in the history of the world. Buyers can look online and look at the comps themselves. They can look at pricing. They look at what the neighbors' homes are listed for. Zillow will even say the Zestimate, and it will show if yours is out of the range or not.
Yeah, it actually has the opposite effect where buyers start thinking, wait, there's something wrong with that house. Why has it had 3 price reductions in the last 3 months? There is something wrong. And the sellers are trying to compensate for it.
Mm-hmm.
So they end up just writing off the house completely and not even wanting to go look at it.
Right. So they're repelled by your price. We want buyers to be attracted to your price. That's the way you get the highest and best pricing possible. And it's much more like an auction effect these days, where if it's priced right and people like it, then it should sell for that asking price or sometimes even higher. So pricing it is the number one mistake we see all the time. Listings sit on the market, and about 25 to 30% of all listings in our area expire, cancel, or fail to sell the first time. And the number one reason is due to pricing.
Yeah, the second mistake we see is that sellers are selling homes that have quite a bit of deferred maintenance and repairs needed. So let's say you know you want to sell your house within the next 1 to 2 years. Well, it will be so important to start taking care of any of that deferred maintenance. Maybe it's taking care of some dry rot or fumigating the property or doing some of the patch and paint within the halls that you need to you haven't done since your kids moved out of the house, right? There's little things like that speak volumes to a buyer. It really is in the details.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are in a home where you know that you're going to sell it, you might want to just start considering planning out the cost for repairs. Or if you don't have the luxury of selling, I have 2 years left to sell. If you have to sell quickly and say, I have to be out by this summer, well, then let's start talking about what are the most important items to take care of now And then we can figure out a way to pay those vendors back at the close of escrow if you don't have the funds available to you right this minute to take care of the necessary dry route work.
Yeah. Yeah. Curb appeal is huge. What do people see right when they drive up? The garage door, the front door, the trim, landscaping, low cost, but high impact on value, paint, flooring. These are simple things that you could invest in. And the reality is, it might be only $5,000, $10,000 to update all the flooring in the house, but the buyers are going to look at it and say, oh my gosh, this is going to be like $20,000. And so the price expectation the buyer is going to have for what it is versus what it actually is, it's going to cost more in what they're willing to pay for it. And it's the same thing for other deferred maintenance items. They don't want to do it. They would rather have it be done because think about it. Buyers are strapped. They're coming up with their down payment, their closing costs. Then they've got their monthly payments. They're barely getting into homes these days due to just how expensive they are. They don't have the funds to come in and do all these repairs after the fact. So you either need to price it in, and it's going to be not a dollar for dollar. It's usually much less because they're looking for a discount on that. Because if they buy it, then they have to hire the contractor. Now they have time involved and holding costs. Every single month that it takes to do these projects, they are paying for a property, and now they're paying for contractors to come in. So it's actually much more expensive for the buyer to come in and do it than they would expect. And so that's why they're willing to pay less for the asset. And that's why they don't sell. So that also comes back to the price.
Exactly. No, that was a really good explanation. We see it all the time, and it is so challenging to communicate that well to sellers. And I think we also need to make it clear we have to take the emotion out of selling your house, right? I mean, I understand it's probably very, very hard to sell your home that you lived in for 20 to 30, 40 years and have people come in and nitpick it and say it's not cute enough or they don't like the style that you went with. But the reality is, we are turning your home into a sellable asset, and it's just a house. It's just a house sale. All we care about is the bottom line. So we want to help you by not getting to that point of too much emotion involved by saying, just take care of the maintenance, start neutralizing your home as much as possible, take down, the purple walls and the wallpaper, and just give it a fresh start if you're able to take care of those items before listing the house on the market.
Mm-hmm. Okay, number 3, one of the biggest mistakes, choosing the wrong agent. Now, this is really important because the agent you choose is going to be the one marketing your property for sale. So how do they make your house look? What is the presentation of your home online? How do the photos look? Do they pay for professional photography, or are they using their cell phone? How does it look online is going to determine whether or not people even come in the door. So we've seen this all the time where there's really poor photography, like antiquated photos online, dark, messy rooms, toilet seats are up. You can even see the agent in the mirror with their iPhone, and it's not professional. And because of that, those listings tend to sit longer. They get less views, less hits, and less exposure means a lower price.
Yeah, it's so important. Who you work with matters, right? And you don't want to work with an agent just because they're your friend, just because they are someone in your neighborhood. I mean, if all those things are true and this is their full time job and they're really good at what they do, then by all means, definitely use them. But if they, are doing real estate part time, by part-time, I mean, 1 to 5 deals a year. They are not someone that you want to trust to sell your house because they're just not in it enough. And they also don't have enough of the business expense capital set aside to invest in your home to sell it
Mhm.
by paying for all of the professional services to get your home ready for market.
Yeah. And we see this all the time with it's either you're all in on something, you're full-time committed to a trade, or maybe it's a hobby. It's part-time. And everyone has a friend in real estate. and oh, my friend's willing to cut me a deal. They're giving me a discount on the fee, really low pricing. All realtors are the same, right?
Nope.
Well, this guy is going to charge barely anything. So the reason is he's barely bringing any value, any service to the transaction. So you don't want to go with a discount broker in the same way you wouldn't want to go with a discount surgeon. It's just too high of a risk. I mean, this isn't surgery on your body, but this is like financial surgery on your largest asset. And you want to make sure you have an expert, an industry professional who's going to market and prepare your property so that way you get top dollar.
So if you're considering selling, reach out to us no matter your timeline. If you are 2 years out, 5 years out, or even just a few months out, let's find a time to connect where we can help get your ducks in a row to position your house to be in the best lights possible for the time that you need to sell. We get asked all the time, when is the right time to sell my house? And the reality is, it's whenever you're ready and you need to make that move. So reach out to us no matter where you're located in the country. We have an awesome referral network, and we'd love to help connect you with the right professional to make your dream a reality. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.